You're probably telling yourself, okay, Justin, we saw you play boring, regular prison shops with the ring. Can't we do something more fun? I got the video for you. Cart Clan Ironworks, featuring 4 rings. Okay, welcome back, Vintage Gamers. It is time. It is what everybody has been dying to see. It's the One Ring in KCI. Is there more of an intro than that? It's a KCI deck. It's Cart Clan Ironworks. We're looping with Scrap Trawlers, Ichor Wellsprings, Chromatic Stars, and we're making tons of mana and drawing tons of cards. We also added the 4 One Rings because the One Ring is busted. Unless we get null rotted, in which case we will lose badly. However, we have our trusty Argenta Masticore to answer some null rods, maybe. And then, of course, yeah, we don't have Force of Will or Spheres or Wastelands. So we really are focused on us doing the thing. And if we can't do the thing before the opponent does the thing, we die. But our thing is cool and our thing is sweet. And we're going to go cast some spells and take some game actions. See you in round 1. If you'd like to see your deck played on this channel, check out the Patreon link in the description below, where you can find all the information you need to submit a donation deck list. Let's battle. Okay, here we are, round 1 of a vintage prelim with KCI. We've got Slasher across the table. Who knows what they're going to be doing? All I know is we have turn 1 Karn, or turn 1 Ring, or turn 1 Ironworks. All probably quite good. I think the answer is turn 1 Karn. When you have the option of turn 1 Karn in Vintage, you usually take it. It's good against a very wide set of decks and a very wide set of hands. Opponent has mulligan to 6. Opponent has mulligan to 5. I mean, we could do that, but we're going to play Karn, so... How does that make you feel, Slasher? Got a Force? Has a Force. Pitches Master of Death. Wow. So Slasher on the CounterVine activity. We don't care too much about Karn in this matchup, so kind of happy. The One Ring, incredible here. Let's see what else Slasher has for us. Got rid of a Master of Death, though, so we're pretty happy. We'll see how much power they put together. We have quite a few mana sources, and we have some sweetness. I think this is a good look, actually. This is a very bad matchup for what it's worth. CounterVine has just way too many answers. 4 Force of Will, 4 Force of Negation, 4 Force of Vigor, 4 Mindbreak Trap. It's a abysmal matchup. Pretty unwinnable. So, we'll see what we can do. I mean, this is not a bad start. Opponent mulligan twice. We got a Force out of their hand for a Karn. They've got 1 Squee, 1 Hollow One, 1 Vengevine, 1 card in hand. Not bad. Not bad at all. We lost a flip, so we're at 15. And we have a Mox Opal. So, assuming their last card is Mindbreak Trap, how do we want to play this? We have currently 7 mana available. We could do something like Ironworks, sack Mana Crypt, play the One Ring. That plays around Mindbreak Trap, and then we can continue. So let's do that. Let's do Workshop, Ironworks, sack my Mana Crypt, play a Ring, give us protection, draw a card, Opal. If our star gets Mindbreak Trapped, I don't care. I think they have Mindbreak Trap. A pause here means they probably have Mindbreak Trap, and they have Mindbreak Trap. That's fine. We have a Mystic Forge and a One Ring, so we're super okay with everything. Yeah, this is good. Opponent only gets to squee once here. So up to 2 cards, up to 4, down to 1. So they can't have a Force. All they can have is a Mindbreak Trap. And we are at protection, so we're gonna try to go off this turn and see if we can win. This looks promising. This looks very promising. Scrap Trawler is a good draw. All right, let's start by activating. Or I guess, should we start with Forge before we ring? That probably makes the most sense. Forge. Wellspring. So let's sack our Opal and play a Wellspring. I guess this is exposing my Scrap Trawler to Mindbreak Trap, but... Key. Yeah, I'm kind of conflicted on how... Maybe I should have made a different set of plays. Because now I have to sack something. I should have played the Trawler first, I guess. I mean, I can still do a bunch of things here. I don't have like the best setup as I did before. I think we just play a key then. And then we use a life to forge. Then we draw. Kind of wanted to save a draw for a workshop or something. So I'm really worried that my trap trawler here is going to get Mindbreak trapped, but I guess I can untap my key. Maybe that's just the best use of this. Draw 3. A new ring and an ancient tomb. A new ring is certainly good. I think first I'd like to try to get a trawler in play. So I'm willing to go Saga Trawler. And then if that doesn't work, I can sack the ring and the Wellspring and play a new ring. And that's fine. But if it does work, then I get a trawler, which is going to be very key. See, they should activate, look for a Mindbreak Trap here. Makes sense. See if they hit a trap. If the trawler resolves, then I think we're in a good spot. Trawler resolved. So now I can sack my Wellspring and bring back... I need to make this bigger. Let's bring back a key because it costs 1 and I can draw a million cards off of my ring as well. Yeah, we are super lethal here. All right, we have established Vault Key as well. Yeah, this is just game. This is just super game. All right. That was a hell of a game to start. Oh, Noxious on my... You got it, homie. All right, let's go. That was a big win for KCI in a very bad matchup. Opponent mulliganed hard, and we were able to get through a Force plus Mindbreak Trap. Our hand was absolutely stacked. We had Workshop, Ancient Tomb, Mana Crypt, and 3 of the most powerful 4-drops in all of Magic. This unfortunately doesn't get a lot better for us. We do have access to Sphinx, which is good. We have a defense grid, which is good. We have Needles, Soul Guide Lantern, maybe Cage, probably not Cage. And then we theoretically have access to Bridge as well. And then we have to determine what cards we want to cut from our deck. Mightstone and Weakstone looks very bad. How do I cut cards from this deck? I guess we can trim combo pieces. Top. No. Spine can kill Bazaar. And is a looping combo piece. We can probably cut one of our keys. I don't really want to cut. I guess we can cut Karn too, because we are bringing in all the things we want. So I guess this is fine. The opponent doesn't have oofs, so this is a different deck. This is this is CounterVine, which plays no mana. I don't think I'm gonna bring in this bridge. Yeah, there's 3 different Bazaar decks. It's crazy. Bazaar even. What do we got? We've got. This is probably not good enough. It's too weak to Vigor. I think this just needs to get put back. This looks much better. This is quite good, actually. Tinker's our single best card in the matchup. They kept 6 card hand. I'm just going to get rid of the Scrap Trawler. Maybe I don't need to get rid of the Scrap Trawler. If I get rid of the Opal and I go Tomb, Needle, Lantern, as long as 1 survives, I can Tinker. That seems unlikely. Whereas if I do this, yeah. This lets me play 2 hate pieces and then Tinker. Though I guess playing Needle and Lantern is a little bit of a nombo into Vigor, unfortunately. Okay. There's a world here where we just play only the Needle. They have a squee. No, now we want to play our Lantern first to hit the squee. Because they'll be pretty incentivized to counter Lantern with the squee in the yard already. Okay, the Lantern resolves. In that case, do I run into a Vigor? No. We're tinkering into a Sphinx of the Steelwind, which is a slightly bit better in this matchup. Though a ring would be fine. I guess I could go Opal. Well, then I just get Mindbreak trapped. I think I'm going to pass. If I play my Needle, I run into Vigor. If I play my Opal and my Needle, I run into Mindbreak Trap. I guess I could theoretically play Needle then Opal, but then I run into Vigor, and I can't actually do anything. But it's not even bad if I get Vigored, because they'll be down to 2 cards. It'll be hard for them to have a counter magic for my Tinker. Well, I won't be able to pass with Lantern up, because I have a floating mana right now. But I will be able to Lantern away their squeeze and stuff. I'm going to play my Bazaar. I'm going to play my Needle here. If they don't have a Vigor and they only have a counter, they'll counter this, which sets us up to Tinker. So I think this is just the play. So if they have a Vigor, though, obviously this is the worst possible outcome. But I still have the ability to Tinker next turn. So there's some upside. They won't have any creatures in their yard to make them be able to recuperate mana. And they will be down to 2 cards. So they have to have blue card force. So they do have Vigor. We'll just hit their yard. They pitch Vengevine. Okay, 2 cards in hand. 3 cards in hand. Up to 5, down to 2. But a reasonable chance of resolving Tinker. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get better than this opportunity here, so this seems fine. They have to activate, find blue card force. Or have blue card force already, obviously. So they're going to go up to 5, down to 2, and then they have to have blue card force. They do have Master of Death. That's not a good sign. Unless they have nothing. No, they found blue card force. So they have blue card force and a squee. We're pretty much doomed. That's pretty much the best possible outcomes they could have had, though, so... Very hard for us to beat that, especially if we were to... I guess we could have theoretically left open just... How good would have leaving open Soul Guide have been? Reasonable. All right, well, the good news here is we do have out, so we can draw the ring. Though I can't cast the ring right now, so... Double Bazaar and a Master in hand. That is a turn too late, Defense Grid. A turn too late. Yeah. I think I would have been greatly rewarded for playing this game slower, which is kind of interesting. They only have one squee, though. So they might activate one Bazaar and upkeep here to try to put more squeeze in their yard. And then they'll hold the second one to after the Master goes into hand. Okay. But they can't cast any more Vigors or Forces. So all they can do is try to put Vengevines and Hollow Ones into play. Here's a Root Walla, one Master. Did you hit a Hollow One? They hit a Hollow One. Quite bad for me. All right, we need a ring. A ring does still feel good here. Sphinx, not so much. What do I need to cast this? White and black, so that's not possible right now. Unless I draw like Ancestral or something. Yeah, I was definitely punished for the line I took, but I think the logic behind the line I took was fine. It really made them have exactly force green card, force blue card in exactly those 2 turns. And I don't think that's terrible. Okay, what do I have? Draw. Mystic Forge. Okay. This is a possibly winning scenario. There's a very reasonable chance I can win off of this. Let's see what happens. Wow. So I can eat my defense grid, but they have a Master in their hand. So they probably have force. They have to have... Well, they pitched a Force of Will, and they pitched a Chalice on 0. That means they have to have force in their hand, right? So I can't drop my defense grid. They have to have force in their hand for them to... Well, it's weird that they pitch Force of Will, but... They must have negation in their hand or another force. Well, no, if they had another force, wouldn't they pitch Master? Shouldn't they have kept force in their hand and pitched Master? No, it was this turn. Oh, true. But why would they keep Master? Do we think they made a mistake? There's no reason they would ever keep Master over Chalice. Unless this Chalice was an upkeep. Oh, the Chalice was the upkeep? Oh, it was the upkeep. No, it wasn't their upkeep. They did nothing in their upkeep. They put the Master in hand. Hold on. Let me look. Okay, so they chaliced in the upkeep. Okay. And then the Master went into hand, and the force was also... One of the forces was also an upkeep. But they kept Master in hand. Okay. I mean, I can win with keeping both of them by exiling the top card and all of my cards being 0 drops for a little while. But I think my best chance of winning is to sack Defense Grid and play Ichor Wellspring. Here we go. We're doing it. We don't have a defense grid anymore, but we're doing it. We bricked out. So now our ring has to resolve because we still don't have white, or we have only white or black. Damn. Can't draw off this ring either. Only can I guess we could technically draw off this ring and then sack it. Nah, mind break trap. So they had master mind break trap in hand? Damn. That's frustrating. Well, I could have just exiled my top wellspring. I don't know if we would have won if I had exiled my top wellspring. I'll have to go back and look, but we almost won this game. We were super close to winning this game. Yeah, we can't make, we can make blue mana and white mana, but we can't make black mana. I mean, we could have played the ring sacking stuff. That was really close. It was really close. We had a ring on top, right? How much mana did we have, though? I don't remember. Can I still see it from here, or no? I don't think I can see it from here. I'd have to crack it again. So if the ring is underneath this and we forge, then I can sack, forge. I mean, I still have to sack, forge, and defense grid for it. I guess that's better because that would be my first card for turn. So I would get another turn, but I would lose my forge, which is not acceptable. Yeah. Oh, we would draw workshop. But yeah, but we lose our forge though, so it doesn't really matter because we can't play the game. We would have to sacrifice our KCI and our grid is what we would have to do. In which case we would go into the next turn with a forge that we couldn't activate. Probably not winning. Close though. Very close. Very, very close. I think there were definitely sets of draws there that won us that game. Like, very reasonable sets of draws. We just need to draw a bunch of 0 manas first. Nothing on this hand. Definitely this hand. The question is, how do we play this hand? Maybe we just slam a forge. I guess we could slam Scrap Trawler, and then the problem is we're running into Mindbreak no matter what we choose to do here. I guess there's a world where we could slam Needle. Man. Well, I mean, I would do a shop Soul Ring Forge. I could just go like Workshop Needle. And pass. Then I get Wastelanded. Oh god, if I get Wastelanded, I guess it's still fine. No, this like feels reasonable to me. Like Workshop Needle go. That makes me wish I had kept my tomb though. If this was gonna be my play, I kind of wish I had a tomb, right? Maybe they just have a vigor and they're waiting. I guess that's theoretically possible. So in this case, we can play a Trawler as our first card. How much mana will I have? 5. God, that sucks. I guess we could play an Ironworkser as our first card, which lets us at least turn the needle into mana. That seems bad too. Maybe I wasn't supposed to play the Soul Ring and I was just supposed to play the Trawler. It's too late now, I think. Yeah, but I was supposed to do this. This means they just Vigor in response and I'm dead, right? This is so bad. This was a terrible play. I played horribly. Played so badly. They have to Vigor now. Or force this. But they're going to Vigor now and I'm going to lose. Yeah, this was terrible. This was a horrible play. Just did not vibe with my line at all. What I needed to do was not play Soul Ring probably and just play this off Workshop. What I really should do is probably should have kept the Ancient Tomb. That's what I should have done. I'm going to be so far behind after this. It might just not be possible to catch up. That resolved? Weird. All right, well, play this because of Mindbreak Trap, and then we'll pass. I mean, if they Vigor now, I get back my needle. I guess that technically if they just Vigor these two, then I don't get back my needle, right? So maybe it doesn't matter. No, never mind. Like, they can just Vigor my Soul Ring and my needle, and I don't get either back, but I can get them back later, so that's something. The problem is, am I going to be too far behind by that point? It sure looks like it. Yeah, I am. There's 2 squeeze in the yard. I'm just gonna might be might not be recoverable, especially if I get wastelanded here. I think I played this game so poorly. Yeah. I played this game terribly. The needle play was terrible. Like, it seemed cool at the time, but it was just so bad. Drew a Workshop. I'm gonna play Forge. They have Force. They're gonna have Forces for the rest of the game, unfortunately. They can't attack me, I guess. Maybe, because I can get back Needle, but maybe not. They just have enough Forces that it won't matter, right? This game's too doomed. They kept a 7-card hand, and it just does not look feasible. How are we? We just can't play versus this. It's just not possible. I mean, even if I block, I'm going to lose to onboard hollow ones, right? Yeah, this is super sad. What can we draw? Trinisphere. They could even Vigor now, and that would put us pretty doomed as well. Yeah, nothing we did. I don't think anything we did this game technically mattered because my opponent was just going to murder us with a 7-card squee draw. But I don't like the way I played it. I think I played it very poorly. I think I'm just supposed to throw cards into the... Good God. They're going to put a Vengevine into play on my turn here. It just doesn't matter. This is not going to help me. Even if I play at Ironworks, I'm still going to have to sack my Trinisphere next turn, and then I'm going to be super dead after anyways. Yeah, nothing matters. Brutal. Yeah. All right. Okay. I was just never beating the 7-card hand anyways, but the way I played it was probably brutal. You just can't beat a 7-card hand from this deck if you're not playing Wasteland. It's just not possible. Very frustrating, but that's pretty horrible matchup, so. Okay, here we go. Round 2 of our prelim. We're up against Duke, powerful wizard, and I've got not a very powerful hand. No turn 1 play in this deck is just not acceptable. Probably just not acceptable in Vintage in general. This hand does have a turn 1 play. And I do deem it acceptable. Opponent keeps their 5. Chromok. So am I getting mono whited? I'm getting mono whited. Okay. So we don't have turn 1 3 ball anymore, but they only have 1 card left in their hand. So I guess we'll play turn 1 scrap trawler. If they have follow-up land initiative, maybe. Looks like a pretty rough mulligan. Oh, land initiative? All right. The game is on. I don't have an attack anymore. The game is certainly on. Dahlia will probably be a little annoying. So now I need to determine which play gives me the highest upside on the next turn. Probably Forge. I don't think like playing 2 scrap trawlers here is good. Larian Academy. Ooh, man. That's a tough choice too. That's going to make at least 3 mana, so it's always going to be better than Ancient Tomb. I can play Ironworks and Academy next turn with Scrap Trawler and Forge in play. Or I can get rid of the Academy and try to find more zeros. And I still have an Ancient Tomb anyways. I think the answer is get rid of it. I think we need to look for the upside. Time Vault is not exactly the upside unless I hit key. All right, let's see what they draw for turn here. They draw an Archon. We are completely and utterly doomed. Okay, 7 to the face. I go to 10. Really use a 1 ring this turn to turn off trap. 1 ring is definitely what we're looking for. Spine of Isha. That's kind of interesting. We can spine their White Plume adventure, take the initiative. But then we still get hit by Thalia Trap. Man, that's super interesting, though. I guess we could spine Thalia. That removes our tax. And then take the trap to the face and chump block. They could just have another Thalia that they drew. The spine is very good with my Ironworks, though. I'll go to 8. I'll go to 8, and then I'll go to 3, and then I'll chump. I think I'm gonna spine Thalia. Dead to the 4-drop. Yeah, I'm dead to the 4-drop in a lot of ways. But if I get rid of the spine, that also leaves me dead to Archon. I guess I can't Archon. I can't spine Archon if I have it in play, and I haven't played a Cart Clan though. It's tough. It's really tough. It's a very hard choice. I also have a active Mystic Forge and the ability to hit zeros, but I mean, a 0 doesn't matter, right? A 0 is not. I mean, a 0 is not helping me. I need more than a 0 because I have to pay 8 for the spine. think I'm going to. This could definitely be wrong. It's a 1 on top. I mean, it's a very important 1. I guess I have a second scrap trawler. I go to 3, I chump, and I still have the ability to activate a tomb next turn. If I activate Mystic Forge, I don't. Okay, yeah, I mean, I think this is the play that I've put myself into. I don't know if it's the right play, but it's certainly a play. They have multiple top decks that can kill me, unfortunately, but... Ancient Tomb, go. All right, I think we're winning then. Oh, they're super dead. Pretty sure they're just deterministically dead from here. I should get another scrap trawler first. It really is a 0, I guess. Anything here that just like, I guess I could just start spining shit. I guess that's fine. Wellspring, Time Vault, Star. Yeah, nothing matters. Just need to get Vault Key. I guess I can take infinite turns with Tinker then. Just need to get my mana back in the right spot. Yeah. I should be fine. I just need to get there. All right, they're off it. I also have like kill all their permanents with spine, I'm pretty sure, but I didn't have any 0 drop, which made it weird. That was pretty risky play by me, considering a lot of things that they top deck can kill me, but I don't know. Don't know if it was the best or the worst. Yo, what's up, Bishop? Appreciate it. All right, the good news is we took game 1 against Mono White. We get to bring in Portal to Phyrexia. We get to bring in Argenta Masticore. We get to bring in Dismember as a 3 of, and I get to bring in a Sphinx, I guess. There's no way we'll ever use Sphinx. We have a portal and stuff. Shouldn't need a God Pharaoh statue or a Trinisphere on the draw, especially. Shouldn't need a Karn. Karn actually looks okay here. I don't really want a top. or a key. We can go 1 star, one wellspring. Sure, let's do that. That seems fine. Could theoretically bring in Bridge or Sphinx, but I think I'm just going to leave both of those out. I have plenty of Tinker targets. Not really the matchup for Sphinx. They do have the ability to bring in Null Rods, which is going to be bad for me no matter what, but I'm going to mulligan this and look for like a workshop hand. Going to mulligan this and look for a better hand. I'm going to mulligan this and look for a keepable hand. I'm going to keep this and cry. What are we doing here? I don't know. I don't think we're winning this game, unfortunately. Only turn 1 White Plume is definitely the worst play they could possibly make, so not bad. No hate piece, though. We're not really doing much of on our own here either. Yeah, that's not ideal. Yeah, no. Saga, Star, Recall against Mono White Initiative is not remotely keepable. My opponent's deck has too many hate bears, too much fast mana. They'll just run you over if you keep that hand. Like if my opponent plays an Archon, that hand doesn't function. Dahlia and Wasteland. All right, so we're super dead anyways. Yeah, like we're just never playing the game. It's okay. No, none of our hands we're going to be doing it. All right. We need to be on the play. Thankfully, we will be on the play in this game, and hopefully that will be enough. I don't even think we want Trinisphere. I think we just game like this. There's a reason I have like a pile of dismembers. All right, what do we got? We've got... Man, I'm very tempted to keep this, but it's probably just not good. I guess theoretically I could lead Saga, which would buy me time, but it's not even good if they play Archon, right? This hand is just not good enough. That's crazy. All right, we'll mulligan. This hand has no mana. We just keep going between hands that are not good enough and hands that have no mana. It's very frustrating. All right, here we go. We're doing it. This hand's actually quite good, right? So we can go Island, Emerald, Time Walk, Ancestral. Well, I really would like to play this Karn if possible. We have to put 2 cards on the bottom, though. How do we do that? If we put Ironworks and Trawler on the bottom and we go Time Walk, Ancestral, what is the chance we can play Karn? Not super high, but not unreasonably low. But I guess these aren't doing anything in the current hand anyways. So let's give it a shot. I think the Time Walk is worth it. It technically adds like a man and a car. Maybe it's not even worth it. Maybe I could have put the Time Walk away. Come on, give me some fast mana for a Karn here. I'd love to play a turn 1 Karn against their deck. Let's go. Turn 1 Karn is very good against my opponent's deck because they can't accelerate into their stuff. Very, very good. Is there any world where I take something out of my sideboard to start here? Oh, I guess I can just take Lattice and Lattice lock them. Unless they have a Wasteland. Yeah, turn 1 Karn still busted in Vintage. So theoretically here, I could take... I mean, I'd probably just take Lattice in case I get needled or something. But they can't play anything on turn 1 that will stop me from latticing them on turn 2 besides Wasteland. And if they play Wasteland, I can theoretically take... I don't think there's anything in my sideboard that lets me actually get a lattice on turn 2 through a Wasteland. I mean, that does. So I think, yeah, I think the plan here is you take a lattice on turn 1, and then if you need something else on turn 2, you get it. But our Ancestral hit us Ancient Tomb Soul Ring, and we played turn 1 Karn. So we have not played very many 1 rings in this event, but it is what it is. All right, welcome to round 3 of this prelim. Unfortunately, every prelim is filled to the brim with evil necromancers. We're up against Jordan, who's playing AggroVine, probably, Hogak. We do have a nice hand here. We're going to keep it, see how it goes. But we can't beat a Collector Roof very easily, or Vigor. Actually, our deck is kind of good against Vigor. It's not good against Collector Roof, but it's okay against Vigor because it has like a lot of redundancy in Trawler. This hand does do the things, which is kind of fun. I highly recommend doing the things. See what happens, though. Opponent's doing some mulliganing. That's a good sign. All right. Jordan, what do you got for me? Bazaar, activate. How much power? How much free power? Tell me. 6 free power or 10 free power? What is the answer? Just 6 free power, it looks like. So I'm looking at Pearl Star, Time Walk, Ancestral. Saga. Yeah, I think I like the idea of Pearl Star, Time Walk. Try to maximize this academy. If opponent wants to Vigor this, probably fine. We draw a card, lose a Pearl. Love another 1 or 0 here to make our academy do more. Ooh. Hello. Didn't see you there. All right. We are in position to do magic. Let's go Lotus, crack Lotus, Ancestral, scrap Trawler. And we can get back our Lotus with our star. Oh, that's bullying. I guess it would have been worse for us if they had mental misstepped our star. Because then we wouldn't have been able to time walk that turn. All right, so let's go Trawler. Maybe they'll Vigor? No. All right, let's sack this. Get back our Black Lotus. Draw a card. Okay. Well, we don't have a lot going for us, but we do have an Urza Saga, I guess. That misstep on my Ancestral, completely brutal. So what we really are trying to avoid here is my opponent going activate, keep, cradle, oof, and oof me. Though I do have active Saga, which is winning from here. So they kind of need to have a Wasteland from Saga. I can also block this Vengevine and get back my star if I want. That gives me another draw and slows down my opponent's clock. So that's also a possibility. Don't know if we would do that right away, but What we really want to just draw is the One Ring. The One Ring looks incredible on this board. My opponent really does need to find Vigor or Wasteland. They pitched a hollow one. Okay. So my opponent pitched a hollow one. So that means they have Vigor on my upkeep, right? So if they have Vigor on my upkeep, that makes it better to trade. Because then all we're going to lose is like a Lotus. Well, no, then I lose my Lotus. Like, the only reason you would pitch a hollow... Wait, they pitched a Wasteland and a hollow one. Isn't it better to just keep hollow one Wasteland and just Wasteland the Saga? Why would you pitch Wasteland hollow one to keep Vigor? I mean, maybe what they have is Cradle. No, because Cradle Oof doesn't make sense because Cradle Oof loses to active Saga here. So they have to have Vigor green card. If I block now, I get a star back. I lose Saga Lotus. Then I play a star. But if I block here, I take 5. I go to 11. They Vigor Trawler Saga, and I get back my star. I keep my Lotus, but I take way more. No, it's probably worse. I guess they could technically play another spell, another creature spell, and get back Vengevine. But playing another creature spell here is losing to Saga, right? So let's do this. There's no reason they would pitch unless they have last 2 cards are exactly hollow one, second Wasteland, second hollow one. They have to have Vigor green card. I still think Vigor green card is worse than playing hollow one Wasteland. Wouldn't that have returned Vengevine too? I don't know about this. This feels wrong to me, but I'm happy about. And I drew another Trawler. That's crazy. Don't like my opponent's choice. Karn the Great Creator after bringing back a Black Lotus? Don't mind if I do. Do I have anything good in my yard? I have a needle on my board, right? Oh, I sure do. This game looks very good for me. So my opponent can attack all on Karn, but that won't even kill the Karn. This just looks lost for them. That was a really good sequence for us. Man, I love playing KCI. It is definitely one of my favorite decks. I wish it was good. So they have to attack Karn to stop me from killing them. And then I can still just plus Karn and defend. Oh, yeah. Fair. So I could sack Cart Clan to itself to bring back Trawler. That's probably worse than just standing up my Ironworks. And then next turn I can like get something good with Karn if I want. Or I can just keep plussing it and then Lattice at some point. Can I get a Phyrexian Portal? Probably, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Almost. That was a huge win. We'd take those. That was on the draw, right? No, that wasn't on the draw. Yeah, it was on the draw. And I got my mental, and I got my time walk, and I got my ancestral mental misstep. Huge W. Huge W. Huge. All right. I want Portal, Sphinx, Masticore, Dismember, Ensnaring Bridge, and Needles. None of the graveyard hate spells. Oh, yeah. I have KCI. Duh. We can definitely Portal them. So here I'm going to board out God Pharaoh's Statue, Trinisphere, Time Vault Key, Sensei's Top, Chromatic Star, Manifold Key. Basically, things with activated abilities. One Ironworks, Karn, and an Opal. And I bring in stuff and things. Actually, this bridge seems kind of bad with the ring and everything. Do that. Boom. That is a no-go. If I've ever seen a no-go, that's a no-go. I cannot think of a hand that does less while having mana and spells. Ooh. All right, this hand loses to like turn 1 oof or something, but slam keeping this one. What do I want to? I can drop one trawler here. I mean, this hand is just super sweet. I don't exactly know what I'm playing on turn 1, but I'm gonna play something. I hope we draw like a workshop or an academy or a tomb. Those would be sweet. Love a good high power hand. Old border KCI win. Asking Rootwalla and Hollows. They pitched up a Seiju. Oh, we've been bested. Unlucky. Opponent hit us with the turn 1 Chalice. Gonna play this game a little bit longer though. We can hit Workshop into Trawler, Workshop into Mightstone, or into Ring. I don't think this game is like 100% lost, but we are definitely in a bad spot. We do need to probably draw exactly Workshop though. Oh, that's gonna make things difficult. They should just Wasteland in response, probably. No, they don't even care. Bold. They do have two vines in the yard as well. Means a lot of things kill me. Maybe they have like a Greenland oof. Yeah, I mean, turn 1 oof and Chalice are definitely things that can punish me there. Wow, they threw away a hollow one. Ah. Okay. I still think I can win this game if they're not wastelanding me. I can play a Scrap Trawler, and then I can play a Mightstone on this Collector Oof. If I draw my Workshop. Yeah, that's not going to do it. Well, if I dismember this, I go to 6, I go to 3, and then if I draw... Okay. I can still draw Workshop and play Trawler to block Oof, so I'm still not lost. Oh, wait, no, I am lost because of Gaia's Cradle. Man, that's frustrating. Okay, never mind. I'm lost because of Gaia's Cradle. All right. Brutal game. But I'm always keeping that, I think. They're like, all things considered, the number of ways my opponent punishes that is actually quite low. So, but that was definitely one of them. I feel like we have the tools, but it's okay. We're gonna be on the play here. We'll be in a good spot. What do I got? I've got Saga, Tomb, Mox, Dismember. I guess this is fine. Man. I should just mulligan this, right? Don't get baited by Saga, Justin. It's not worth it. I'm gonna mulligan. I'm gonna mulligan. I'm gonna hold strong. Every time I've mulliganed like a reasonable but not good enough 7, my 6-card hand always looks like this. Why is that the case? All right, this hand's fine. Keep bottoming. Buy blue spells. I do think I'm gonna lead Saga here. No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. I'm gonna lead Saga here. I can lead Saga Star, and if they vigor me, I just draw a card and it's fine. Yes. My opponent kept 7? This is cheating. Why did my opponents keep 7 and I can't keep 7? I mean, I could have kept 7, but opponent is not letting me go. Not that I feel like we have a lot to go for here, but we're going to give it our best shot. Oh, Once Upon a Time in my upkeep. 7 cards and Once Upon a Time? The Ring? The Ring hasn't been actually super relevant at all. We haven't really drawn a lot of the Ring tonight in this deck. We've done a lot of mulliganing, though. The Ring would be good in this matchup, I can tell you that much. Considering my opponent has no ways to remove it, and the only way to interact with it is oof. All right. Is your 7-card hand also include a Bazaar of Baghdad? Or a Wasteland? Or magic cards of some variety. Who knows? Who knows? I don't think I'm interested in drawing the ring because I don't believe I'm going to keep my mana. So, but I guess theoretically, if I draw the ring and they kill my star and I draw another mana source that makes mana right away, then I would be okay with it. There are definitely upsides. But right now, this Multi-5 is so brutal. Wow, that is all of their fast mana. This is going to be a Collector Roof and then some Root Wallas. Okay, that's not bad. We actually have Dismember. Never mind. I was going to say we had Dismember, but my opponent has a Wasteland. Wait, they're not going to Wasteland my Saga? God bless. Opponent's so good to me. I guess they're playing around Tabernacle, but they don't know I don't have a Tabernacle. I'm going to leave this Collector Roof on as long as I can so they don't have a screen source here. But I'm in a great spot now that my opponent did not Wasteland my Saga. They figured my Saga. Damn it. I think I'm supposed to kill this Collector Roof. Oh, I'm just going to get my freaking Workshop Wastelanded. That's also bad for me. I can't cycle my star in response, so I can't get that back. This sucks. This is not good. I guess it's only a Root Walla, though, so maybe it's fine. That's why they didn't Wasteland my Saga, because they had a Vigor. That makes sense. I could not have cycled my star with Saga. There was a Collector Roof in play, preventing me from activating my star. I dismembered it, and then I was out of mana. So I do not know what you're talking about. Are we not Wastelanding my Workshop? Oh, we're Besieguing my Workshop. That is way worse for them, because I actively have an island in my deck. Though. That's not good. I tried. I mean, it makes sense to use your Besiegue mana, but like saves the Wasteland for my next Saga, right? Like if they Wasteland me and then they don't draw another mana and I draw Saga, they lose, right? Well, I think if we draw some mana, we might be okay. My opponent kept a Collector Roof hand and we had the Dismember, so... Oh, come on! They have a Bazaar too? Well, now I don't think it's okay. Or like another, like... They lose the... Like, they actively don't want to get rid of this Wasteland because it helps them cast Collector Roof. Like, what? What? They're making the right play. Holding this Wasteland is good. Like, this is an important piece of mana for their deck right now. Opponent has one Vine in the yard now. My best draw is probably... Come on! Why do I get basics, man? Why am I not being strip mined? Well, you want to use Besiegue as a removal spell because my whole deck is artifacts. Can't believe I just got strip mined. I mean, I can. I always get strip mined. I don't know what to tell you. I think they're incredibly correct in the way they've used this because playing Collector Roof is the #1 thing they should be trying to do. So use your Boseiju as a removal spell. Keep your Wasteland in play. I like the play they made. Probe? God, imagine they draw an oof off of this, return their Vengevine, lock me out. Be so good. They're paying costs. This is the worst game of all time. This is the worst game of all time. How can this... So bad. Yes, but then they don't have... Oh, chat is... you're making me lose it. You're making me lose it. I did. This game is terrible. Like, they also need to play around Tabernacle. Like... Just a disgusting game. So frustrating. Brutal. Okay, so here we go in the 4th and final round of this prelim where we will now face the 3rd different Bazaar archetype. Again, if you enter a prelim, you should be ready to play against Bazaar. Because that is what people play in prelims. Gosh. All right, this hand is not good enough. It doesn't have enough fast mana. This hand has a ring. I hope my ring doesn't get griefed, but if my ring doesn't get griefed, I feel pretty good about this hand. I don't think the Ancient Tomb is necessary here. Everyone is a Bazaar prelim gamer. Prelims are just full of Bazaar gamers every single time. I don't know why, but is Slasher playing against Bug in the finals of this event? God bless. Oh, because that deck is terrible. Helm Leyline Shops is not good. Don't recommend. All right, my opponent mulliganed to 4. Found their Bazaar. 2, 3 Golgari Thugs and a hollow one. Whereas we have a ring. Well, Bug, Tinker, Slasher is... Tinker Oath is Bug. Colored. So... All right, we can finally play the ring, chat. Who's ready? I'm ready. It's ring time. I have protection. Never leave home without it. All right, KCI. Opponent. Upkeep. I assume they still dredge, because gotta get those creatures in play. Though, do we have protection from creeping chills or no? I mean, they're supposed to dredge still, I assume. Like, they can still put creatures in play. Even if I can't take extra damage this turn. I think Creeping Chill gets around it because it's life loss, maybe? Or is it damage? All right, well, here comes Narcomoebas. Here's Creeping Chill. Deals 3 damage. We have protection from that. Let's go. Oh, they still gain 3 life, but we just don't take 3 damage. That's funny. All right. Nice. They'd still bring back 9 power here, though. Or I guess maybe it's 6 power. 6 power. They still bring back 6 power. So we don't have a lot of time. But we are going to draw 3 cards this turn, and we have access to KCI, so see what happens. The ring, I think, is actually at its best versus these bizarre decks because they are they're some of the few decks in Vintage that actually attack you. Oh, we're doing it. We are absolutely doing it. We are absolutely doing it. Oh wait, did I make a mistake there? No, I think I want to cast Ancestral. Could be wrong. Oh no, it was so right. It was so right. Yeah, this game's over. Why am I returning Pearl and not Opal? I guess I should have played... Oh, that's not the one. I should have played Mystic Forge in case I had zeros on top. Whoops. Yeah, this is... I think... I don't know about deterministic, but... If it isn't, then it's got to be damn close. Oh, I did not hold priority there. Oops. My bad. Somehow it held priority on all of the next spells instead, for whatever reason. My opponent is, like, so dead, though. Probably should have restarted Magic Online at some point. I am getting a little laggy. Ooh, we got spine loops too. Hell yeah. Let's do some spine loops too. I don't even think we need spine loops, but I don't think we need anything. The game is, we're just trying to find a key so that opponent will concede for us. Makes everything easier. All right, we're just doing it. There's a key. All right, that should draw a concession. If they're still here, I guess. You're also playing against Beerus? That's funny. All right, I need to kill the... Oh, I can also loop the one ring every turn. That's cute. I need to kill the Narcomoebas. I guess I don't have to kill the Narcomoebas, to be fair. But that's where I'm at in life. I'm going to kill these Narcomoebas. And then once I kill these Narcomoebas, then I will take infinite turns with my key and call it a day. That feels like the fastest road to victory here. Have I already taken a turn, chat? I feel like I must have. I guess I can just time walk in case. All right. I think that's good enough. Let's go to our next turn. Let's just discard, I don't know, some stuff. No. Untap. Take another turn. Play a Saga. That'll help speed the clock up by a lot. Play a God Pharaoh Stature while we here, seeing as we tapped 11 Academy mana. All right, opponent was definitely not here because they they just came back. Value. All right, that's a good start. We've had a lot of nice games that have started nice. The good news here is Cage, Crypt, Needle, Lantern, Defense Grid all come in. Probably not Ensnaring Bridge. No, actually, this might be an Ensnaring Bridge matchup, actually. Don't think I need a God Pharaoh statue or a Mightstone Weakstone or a Karn or a Time Walk. Time Walk actually doesn't seem great here. Second half of key doesn't probably matter. Spine is probably not relevant. No. Spine could be good. Like an odd mana spine hand killing a Bazaar. Feels like that's at least a possibility. Island can probably go. Yeah, like you can still get lots of different cards off of Karn, but Lattice is like the only true thing that's for just Karn. But yeah, I mean, in general, you don't build Karn boards because you only have one Karn. But typically you have a lot of artifacts anyway, so you always have a pretty wide spread of things you can grab. If you're a workshop deck. If you're not a workshop deck and you're like a blue deck, not always the case. I'm gonna keep this hand. Obviously, I don't have my Tinker target, but I do have a Soul Guide Lantern, and I think the bridge actually looks okay here. Well, we'll see. Hollow one, Grief? Alright, they have to take my bridge, I assume. That's kind of good for me, right? Maybe they take my Soul Guide Lantern. My opponent has a lot of Dredgers, a Bazaar, 2 Hollow Ones, and a Grief. So they either taking Soul Guide or they're taking Bridge. I feel like it's actually a reasonably hard choice. They took Bridge. Cool. I consider that a huge win for us. Just gonna get their Golgari Grave Troll with this. And then we'll get 2 stars in play. And then next turn we have KCI with a bunch of stars and stuff. Feels reasonable. Then all we need to do is find a key. I like our spot. The bridge actually looked really good there. Better than the Soul Guide Lantern, which is kind of interesting. But, I mean, when it's stopping hollow ones, it's quite easy. You don't need very many cards to do that. Definitely don't use your Lantern right away. Definitely wait for a good opportunity, though we will have to use our Lantern. So do they just natural draw instead? Because we have to use our Lantern on these Icarids. Can't tell. Looks like they naturally drew instead. Though we might not have to use our Lantern on these Icarids because we can draw the ring, right? So, and the Lantern in play is more valuable for our Ironworks as well. Oh, they natural drew Bazaar. Well, If that isn't Lord Beerus for you, I don't know what it is. Natural Drew Bazaar as their draw for turn after dredging in the upkeep. Tormod's Crypt. Okay, can we play Sphinx? So the problem is, even if I hit their yard, I can't use this Ancient Tomb or I'll die. I think what we want to do is start going for something here. So I think we'll go Ironworks, activate this crypt, turn one into blue, one into white or something like that. Maybe. I don't think waiting is good. Because then I just won't be able to use the Ancient Tomb later anyways. So let's just do... I guess we could also technically die to, like... I guess it's be hard to die to chills, but we could technically die to chills as well. So I think the answer here is going to be eat my Tormod's Crypt, change this for a blue, see what we draw. Like, the number one card we want to draw is the Ring. Theoretically, if we draw another Chromatic Star, we can eat 3, 6, changing 1 to blue. I don't know if we can get to Sphinx, but if we get like a Lotus, we could totally get to Sphinx. All right, sack that, change this for blue, draw. Opal. Does that get us there? Well, the first thing I want to do is change for blue in case I draw Ancestral, right? Maybe not. You might be right. It's fine. So if I do Opal and I exchange this for white... Oh, we're doing it. And we're going to have Soul Guide Lantern, right? So this is for black. And this is... We can just sack the Soul Ring. No, the Soul... Yeah, I can make this black, sack the Soul Ring, and pay for this. Is that better or worse than my Opal? Maybe sacking the Opal is better. I'm not sure. I did just make a Sphinx of the Steel Wind using Chromatic Stars and Opals and stuff. Yeah, but I'm more worried about... I don't think I'm as worried about colored source as I am about having enough mana to play like a ring or something. So here, if my opponent brings back 2 Icarids, I have a block on here gaining me 6 life to 14, taking 10, 11. I think I'm just going to hit this whole yard right now. I think it's better to hit this right now where they don't get an Archimedes and I get all their Icarids. And then they have to rebuild their whole yard with Bazaar. But that does let them still hit all their chills. And they have 3 chills. But it takes so long now. They hit Icarid Grief. And we get to attack with Sphinx. Yes! Wow, what a game. That's crazy. We did some really cool KCI things tonight. It didn't, like, we didn't win as much as I'd like, but we did some really cool KCI things. We never 0-2 to one either. This deck is really powerful. And I think the ring makes it even more powerful, though we didn't even have that many ring games tonight. The problem with this deck, as always, is it's just Abysmal versus Combo, and Abysmal versus Null Rod and Collector Roof. And that doesn't help. Though the Masticore is a nice addition to... I think maybe you just want to play 4 Masticores in your sideboard. That might be the case. Yeah, maybe you just play like 4 Masticores in your sideboard. And you just do like this. Maybe that's too many dismembers at that point. Maybe you need Mind Break traps or something. But if you play 4 Masticores to beat like Oof, Needle, and Null Rod, then you're just losing to combo, which is maybe not a bad place to be, depending on how this format shifts and changes. Kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more Ring content, more Lord of the Rings, more vintage action, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. New videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'll see you then.